local election headquarters. An ABC4 News Town Hall Special, Coronavirus, a Path Forward.
Thank you so much for joining us for this special edition of ABC4 News, Coronavirus, a Path Forward. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be coming at you live from right here at the Utah State Capitol. We're checking in with the candidates for governor to get their thoughts on how we move forward from this devastating impact that we have felt from this pandemic. This week, we are joined by former Utah GOP chair and local businessman, also a candidate for governor, Thomas Wright. Thomas, great to have you on the show. Thanks so much for being here.
It's great to be here, Glenn. Thanks for all you do.
And as you notice, we are separated here. That is the way we live these days. When you launched your campaign, I had you on for a segment for Inside Utah Politics, and life has completely changed since then, hasn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, I got in on January 2nd, really the last person to officially get in. And you just had no idea what we were getting into. But look, Utahns are really struggling. Businesses are really struggling. And so the biggest problem is not the candidates for governor and how they're campaigning, but it has been a big challenge, and it's put us all kind of on the spot.
Yeah, and it's also a very important part of the puzzle when you talk about who's going to lead the state out of this situation we're in. We want to start off on what's on the minds of many Utahns right now, and that is, how will the next governor address what many people are feeling, and we are feeling financial hardship right now. Many Utahns are. We're seeing record high unemployment. Businesses are having to flat out shut the doors. So if you were governor, what is the path forward? What are the immediate steps you would take to get the economy back on track?
Well, I'm the only candidate in this race that's put out a short-term economic recovery plan. It's called Jumpstart. It's on my website at wrightutah.com. One of the things I called for was a suspension on the local sales tax on food and state sales tax to ease the relief and the tax burden of Utahns. All of my opponents opposed it. And Glenn, this race really isn't about the past. Look, Governor Huntsman was an ambassador to China and Russia. Greg Hughes has been the Speaker of the House and the legislature. Spencer Cox has been our Lieutenant Governor. They've all had their chance to serve. Utahns have always been about taking chances and moving forward into the future with innovative, bold ideas and building on our past successes. We will not move out of this pandemic as effectively retreading past ideas with past leaders. We need to have new, innovative ideas in a forward-thinking way.
Talk more about that moratorium idea on taxes, though. Where does the state get the money from in the event that you were to do something like that?
Well, I don't want to
get. There's still operations that need to move forward.
Yeah, I don't want to get wonky with your viewers, but the state charges 1.75% on food, and local governments all charge 1.25. So Utahns are paying 3% sales tax on food. The local governments, that's about $8 million a month. The state government's collecting about $12 million a month off of that. That's $20 million a month. We have almost $1 billion rainy day fund. We have a AAA bond rating, and we can just freeze capital projects like buildings on college campuses this year. We're spending $300 million to give $20 million a month in suspended relief to Utahns who are really struggling. This is why I'm running, Glenn. Politicians look at these ideas and they say, you know what, that can't be done. That can't be done. It's $20 million a month. We have $1 billion rainy day fund. That's the taxpayers' money. Let's give it back to them. This is our time to help them. They're in need. This is why we planned for this moment.
In the event, say a year down the road, you're the governor and your medical professionals come to you and say, look, we're having a big spike here. We need to take drastic action again. Would you be open to another economic shutdown?
I don't think we can do another economic shutdown. It hasn't worked this time around. 150,000 people out of work. I think we've learned from the pandemic that you can do testing and tracing. We were too slow in the state of Utah. I called for more testing early on. Our biomed industry really hadn't been contacted to build the testing capacity. We could have done it locally. We ended up doing it, it just took too long. We've learned that it's the at-risk populations. We've learned so much about the pandemic. We've learned that we can function, that we are Americans. We're stronger, we're more innovative. We can beat this and we can still have our lives intact, but we have to protect the at-risk people. So it's not an all or nothing proposition. That's what we've learned.
Part of our special here at this town hall is we have invited members of the community to submit questions that they would like to hear you answer. We're going to go ahead and get to one of those right now. This is from Tim Funk of Salt Lake City. Right. And he says this: 30% of Utah residents are renters. Thousands of them have lost their jobs or have reduced work hours and are behind on their rent. What would you do to help make sure renters aren't evicted and risk becoming homeless?
Well, this is part of the economic plan. You have to go to low and middle income households, those that own their homes and those that are renting, and you have to have an abatement program to give them temporary relief. Right now, Glenn, we're taxing unemployment. When we give somebody an unemployment check, we tax it. That should be suspended as well. That's in my economic recovery plan. But for those that can't afford their property taxes because they've lost their jobs or they can't afford their rent, we need to have immediate abatement programs, not because the government needs to step in and subsidize people, but because we need to provide them relief. That's why we saved this rainy day fund. That's why we built this AAA bond rating, so we could help our citizens in times of need.
Okay, when you talk about economic recovery, rural Utah always comes to the top. Yeah. What are we going to do to help rural Utahns? And we have a next question geared toward that.
Hello, my name is Jesse Harris. I live in Cedar City. I would like to know what each candidate for governor will do to improve the state of broadband in Utah, particularly in rural and underserved communities.
Thanks, Jesse. It's a great question. Look, our current lieutenant governor is from rural Utah, owned a rural telecom company, and is now talking about fixing our rural broadband challenge. That should have happened a long time ago. We had the greatest economic run-up in Utah history. We could have made it happen, and it would have eased the pandemic because rural Utahns could have connected to the internet. We need a broad plan, county by county, so that rural Utah is all connected to the internet. We cannot have diverse economies, and we can't have people living in areas where they can't connect to the internet. The state needs to step up with a statewide plan, working in conjunction with local leaders. Local leaders in rural Utah know how to make this happen. They're out there. I've listened to their plans. I was just in Cedar City this weekend talking about it, so I know what Jesse's talking about. But we have to step up, and we have to have a plan that the state will help execute.
As we've gone through this experience where we've gone to remote work, is that a big piece of this puzzle, that maybe we can grow the economy in rural parts where bigger companies can hire people that can just work from home?
Yeah, I mean, it's another perfect example. State government's been talking about it, but it hasn't happened. That's why I'm running, Glenn. We can't have the same leaders if we want different results. We've learned that we can telecommute. Rural Utah needs more economic diversification. We need to relocate some of the state government agencies off of the Wasatch Front and into rural Utah. I still have no idea why we built a prison in a swamp in Salt Lake County when plenty of rural communities wanted that economic development, and it cost $400 million more, and some of the people in the race knew that it was going to cost more, and they did it anyway. We are not leading by example. We need to get more jobs into rural Utah.
All right, another very important topic is education. Coming up, we're going to get into that. We all know that students went from learning in classrooms to online, and parents, they have become teachers overnight almost to our students. So what will Utah's schools look like in the future? We'll get into that when we return. Stay with us.